Superman. So I kind of knew a bit about Smallville, and one of the major things about it I kind of did know beforehand, which was essentially this was essentially, if I kind of do say it, this is sort of set in Smallville, sort of where Superman grew up, and there's kind of a couple, not in like this season, I think too much, but there's a kind of a couple of nods of like this in the future, da 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 da. There's also one thing which I think is interesting, that there's Chloe, which is the cousin of Lois. I think a lot of people have. I looked it up online. I'm like, I know you're Chloe, but why do you feel like you're very much coded character-wise as a Lois Lane? So yeah, I'm not going to talk about that now because there's more interesting things happening later about that, and not now. But I do like this. Definitely when it becomes, in this world, mostly episodic. Here's a person with kryptonite. Da 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 da. Solves it. And they go away. And it's very much hide a secret. This person's doing something mysterious. They even open up similarly. But it is fun. It is entertaining. It is learning about how Superman grew up. So yeah. So before I say this bit, I do acknowledge that this is definitely in the trailers because this is like an early season one thing. But I just want to put it in the spoiler thing because definitely it is really interesting in season one. Later seasons, because I'm up to season 5. Complicated reasons. There's a couple of accidental, like I put like I put season 3 of Cloak and Dagger. That's not a thing, and I put Squid Games twice, but Squid Games, not Squid Game. The show Squid Game season 2 twice. Same with like Alice in Borderland season 3 twice. So yeah, that's confusing. But that's why I had to like sometimes be like, that was a mistake. I did not mean to do that. Whoopsie. Anyway, I like this. And one of the things that's about this is, do you know one of the enemies of Superman is Lex Luthor? He's Clark Kent. He's I can't pronounce words. He's Clark Kent's friend. Yeah, but he hits him with a car. He saves his life, as Clark Kent would do, and they become friends. And even though this isn't spoiler, I like the fact that you get this interesting dynamic because you don't get Lex Luthor like, I'm a good guy. I've not got any problematic issues. His obsession with this car crash is apparent. And you definitely see the dynamic between him and his father, and it's not the most good. And I feel like that's an interesting angle because of where he will go. Definitely with the situation with him and sort of, why do I always forget his name? Clark Kent's father also has a really fun dynamic, which is really interesting. Of like seeing, like he got to see sort of again Lex Luthor as his father, who is not a good person and is very manipulative, but it is so fun. But yeah, I definitely love it. I definitely enjoy it, and I'm definitely excited. Again, already seen season 2, so I'm not going to be like, I'm excited where this goes because I know where it went. I'm excited where season 5 goes because that's a cliffhanger and a half. But I do love this so much. So yeah, Squid Game, The Challenge, season 2. So yeah, but I hope you enjoy it and good night.